Ladies and gentlemen, 2023 is on our doorstep, and tonight there's going to be a lot of celebrations. People are going to be having parties, there's going to be fireworks, there's going to be all sorts of things going on. And I'm 99.9% sure that unless you have no plans to socialize or go out tonight, there will be alcohol involved. Not necessarily with you directly, but the people that you're around, maybe having some champagne, some beers. You know what it's like, it's New Year's Eve. Back when I drank alcohol, there was not a New Year's Eve where I did not get smashed. New Year's Eve was the perfect excuse to drink as much as I wanted to drink. And nobody would give me a hard time, right? Because it's New Year's Eve, it's what normal people do, right? We drink. But today in this video, I want to talk to you about how you can not drink alcohol during New Year's Eve, but how you can easily not do it. Because it's not hard to go out and socialize and be around people that drink and not drink the stuff, provided that you have the right mindset. Because if you have the right mindset, it's going to be a non-issue. But if you have the wrong mindset, it's going to be a damn disaster. Just like it was for me. Back when I relapsed like 5 years ago, whenever it was a New Year's Eve party that got me. So I'm going to quickly tell you about that relapse. And then I'm going to tell you about what I wish I did differently. And then we're going to create a bit of a game plan so you don't end up drinking going into 2023. So I've told this story many times, but I think it's really, really important to bring awareness to it again at this time of the year. I didn't drink alcohol for about 7, 8, 9 months. I can't remember the exact dates, but there was a day where I threw up blood on a MacBook Pro, destroyed this MacBook Pro, woke up the next morning with so much shame, with no recollection of what happened the night before, that I just stopped drinking with straight grit, straight willpower, straight personal strength. And I went for a prolonged period of time, 7, 8, 9 months, whatever it was. I don't remember the dates. And life was going well. I had a personal training business, I was making great money, I had a Mercedes, just life was in a good place. And it all came tumbling down on a New Year's Eve party. I ended up going out with some friends, nice people, positive people, having a good time, smiling, laughing. We went to this private members club in London, in Covent Garden, called the H Club, and it was beautiful. Everybody's dressed so well. It was a great Gatsby themed party. Everybody's wearing suits. Women are all dressed very glamorous, and it was a great time. And everybody there was laughing, was joking. And when I got there, I wasn't drinking. I was like, I'm going to go into 2023 strong as ever. And I start socializing with people. I meet some very, very interesting people there. People were very, very sociable. People were very willing to just have a conversation. And it's New Year's and, it's just filled with good vibes, good energy. I'm reflecting on the year. And I even remember when I was on the coach from Oxford to London, I remember writing this big Facebook post because it was the best year of my life because I hadn't drank for the longest period of my life, right? Other than before I started drinking. That was the longest I'd ever gone without drinking. And obviously, things have gone better than ever because I've not been drinking. I'm sure you can relate to that. And I remember writing this massive Facebook post, thanking all the people that had been helping me out. And on that coach from Oxford to London, I believed that. I thought that the next year was going to be my best year yet. How wrong was I? I didn't drink for the first maybe 3, 4, 5 hours of the party, but there was this voice in my head saying that, do you know what? You're having the best time ever. This is very unique. Listen, I come from a very small area in the northwest of England. It's kind of like quite a small town, and I'm in this fancy club in London. I don't come from a city, so this kind of stuff was just kind of outside of my comfort zone. And I almost felt like, wow, like I'm because I've been doing better, I'm surrounded by better people now. I got invited to this party, and I felt like I was just on top of the world. Like I was just filled with good emotions and gratitude. And that's when the voice in my head started. Oh, maybe if you drink, it's going to be even better. Maybe you'll be able to talk to girls more confidently. All of these justifications started coming into my head, and it was constant. It was just like blah 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 blah. Like the chatter in my brain just wouldn't go away. I couldn't get rid of it. And eventually I said, you know what? I'll just drink tonight. Tonight, that's it. Listen, I ended up drinking again. I won't go into the full story of what happened afterwards, but as you can imagine, I drank that night and it was a slippery slope downwards. At first it was fine, but eventually I destroyed everything. I ran out of money. I was back working in a restaurant. I destroyed my personal training business. I failed in a career in London in recruitment. Listen, life, it just kind of fell apart. And I'll talk about that another time, but the whole point is that I had the complete wrong mindset going into it. I didn't even think that I'd want to drink when I went there, but then when I did, I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for those thoughts. I didn't think it would happen because I've been using willpower and it had been fine the whole time because I hadn't really been around alcohol so much. And that's one of the things is when you use willpower and personal strength to stop drinking, you do avoid alcohol. You try not to get yourselves in situations where you think you might drink. And because I'd been using that method to stop drinking alcohol, which was fine, it wasn't the end of the world, right? It did work for a good period of time and I made loads of progress. As soon as you put me in a situation where I don't feel 100% confident, it's game over. But it wasn't that I was lacking willpower. I just used the wrong method. I went in there with the wrong mindset. And to me, I've told you guys this a million times, but mindset on this journey is everything. Mindset and the way you perceive alcohol. If you get that right, it's game over. The problem will be solved forever. So that's what went wrong. the next part of the video, I want to talk to you about what I wish I did differently. What I would have done differently if I was to go back in time, and my word, believe me, I wish I could go back in time. But I suppose, at the end of the day, sometimes our biggest weaknesses become our strengths. Like if I hadn't gone through that experience and gone through all that pain, I wouldn't be able to share it with you guys to help you. So it is what it is, right? But if I could go back in time, the first thing that I would have done is just made sure that I was 100% solid in my worldview on alcohol. Maybe I'd have to read some books before I go there. Maybe on the coach to London, instead of writing that Facebook post, I should have listened to some podcasts talking about the bad things about alcohol. I don't know what I would have had to do at the time, but reflecting on it, I know that the thing that was missing was my perception on alcohol. I still thought that if I drank alcohol, it would enhance that evening. It would make it better. But the thing is that it didn't make it better, right? I was already having a great time in the first place, so it didn't add anything. It was already a good time. And what I thought would add something to my life over the next 9 months, however long I drank for, it actually took everything away. So it added nothing. The other thing that I would have made sure that I was certain about is that other drinkers are nothing to envy, right? When I'm around people that are drinking alcohol, if I was 100% certain in my worldview as alcohol and I saw it as ethanol, as something that didn't do anything for me, I would see those drinkers for what they are. People that are drinking a drug that is just doing nothing for them. So then when I'm around those people or they offer me a drink, I can see right through it, right? I can easily say no because it's like, why would I want to do that? And the final thing that I wish that I had considered more deeply was the consequence of that action. I chose to drink that night, but I didn't really think about the second, third, fourth order consequence. What I didn't think about was what's going to happen next week. If I broke it once, then what about next weekend when my friend invites me out? I say, do you know what? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And it just went like that. Slowly down, and then boom, I was at ground zero. So finally, let's talk about a game plan for you this evening. I need to remind you one thing, right? You've got to get your mindset right. You've got to realize that alcohol will add nothing to your evening. It will take things away. And if you're going out tonight and you end up having a boring time, a miserable time, it's 12:30 at night, you're tired, you're thinking, man, I want to get up tomorrow, I want to start training, leave the New Year's Eve party early. Don't stick around at a New Year's Eve party if everybody around you's drunk and you're completely sober and people are slurring their words, they're repeating what they're saying, they're offering you drinks again and again and again. If you're having a miserable time, just bounce, just get out of there early. You don't need to stick around until 3 a.m. just because everybody else is doing it. Now, you might also be at a point right now where you have drank all year and you're going to drink tonight, and then maybe New Year's, you're going to start on this journey of not drinking. If that's you, fair enough. Nobody can stop you. But one thing that I will say is that there is no better time to do this than right now. Now, I know that maybe that's going to fall on deaf ears, but the best time to stop drinking alcohol is not 2023. It's now. Not 6 months from now, not tomorrow, right now. Because really the best time to do this was yesterday. And you do have two options now. You either wake up, you will get to 2023 with a clear head, or you don't. And what I pray for you, what I want for you is I want you to wake up and I want you to know that 2023 is going to be your year. I want you to wake up tomorrow with a feeling of strength, of power, of knowing that this problem will no longer be in your life, that you're going to crush your health goals, you're going to crush your fitness goals, you're going to spend the best time ever with your family, you're going to take your career to the next level, you're going to do all the things that you wanted to do. This is your year. So stick on that path, and if you click the video on the screen now, you can learn how David stopped drinking for 11 months. Have a great day.